I mocked his style. Now he's with someone who appreciates him. Introduction. Life's unpredictable turns. It's funny how life sometimes works in ways we can't foresee. We go through it thinking we have all the time in the world to fix things, to say we're sorry, or simply to cherish what's right in front of us. But then, without warning, it all slips away. And all that's left are the memories. Fragments of something we never fully appreciated. I never imagined that the one thing I'd end up regretting would be how I treated him. First impressions. His quirky style. I remember the first time I saw James. He wasn't exactly what I was used to, not by a long shot. He wasn't tall, muscular, or polished. In fact, his clothes didn't exactly scream fashion forward. He wore a lot of mismatched colors, an oversized jacket that drowned his frame, and sneakers that were just too bright for someone with his calm demeanor. He wasn't the type of guy I'd normally be drawn to, but there was something about him that was oddly charming. Still, I couldn't resist the urge to make fun of him. I laughed, mocking his fashion choices in front of my friends. And worse, I enjoyed it. I could see the discomfort on his face, but I didn't care. It was easier to laugh than to take a closer look at the kind, quietly confident man standing in front of me. At the time, I was wrapped up in my world, comparing him to the men I had dated before. The ones who drove flashy cars, wore tailored suits, and had that effortless charisma. James didn't fit into that mold. And for that, I made him feel like he wasn't enough. The realization. Seeing beyond the surface. Over time, though, something strange happened. I began to notice the little things about him. How he remembered even the smallest details about my life. How he always knew just when to listen and when to speak. He wasn't the loudest or the flashiest, but he had a quiet dignity and kindness that I could no longer ignore. But by then, it was too late. My mockery had driven him away. I pushed him out of my life with my sarcastic remarks and my shallow judgments. When I finally realized what I had lost, he was already gone. The turning point. Seeing him move on. A few months later, I saw a picture of him on social media. My heart sank. There he was, smiling in a well-tailored suit, standing next to a woman who looked like she truly belonged with him. They were laughing, her hand resting gently on his arm, and he looked amazing. The man I had once mocked had completely transformed. The awkward, mismatched outfits were gone. In their place, a confident, composed James, someone I didn't even recognize. As I stared at the photo, jealousy gripped me. Not because of the woman he was with, but because he had become everything I once dismissed. Regret. The pain of losing him. I couldn't help but wish I could go back and undo the things I had said, apologize for mocking him. But I knew it was too late. He had moved on, becoming the man he was always meant to be, without me. And it hurt to realize that I had lost my chance to be the one who saw him for who he truly was. The worst part? He was thriving, with someone who appreciated him for the man I had failed to see. She admired him for the same quiet strength and kindness that I had once taken for granted. The lesson, seeing the real value in people. In the end, I learned a painful lesson. Don't judge someone based on appearances or superficial things like fashion. People are so much more than the clothes they wear or the image they project. James had always been the man I needed, but I was too blind to see it. Now, I have to live with the regret of not recognizing his worth when I had the chance. I watch him flourish in someone else's arms, knowing that I lost the chance to be the one who truly saw him. Conclusion. The regret of the missed opportunity. It's hard to swallow the fact that I'll never get to be the person who stood by his side. But I've learned that life is full of these lessons, and some of them come at a steep price. James is a better man today because he's with someone who values him for who he truly is. I can only hope that someday I'll stop regretting the one beautiful thing I let slip through my fingers. What do you think? Do you believe we ever truly learn the lesson of appreciating people before it's too late? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever lost someone because you didn't see their worth at the time?